All right, June is Youth Month and we continue to focus on youth empowerment. And amidst all the doom and gloom about unemployment, about the staggering jobless rate for young people, there are stories of hope and inspiration. One of those is about a young woman who rose to the top of her field as a young black accountant. Thuto Masasa has worked across several industries. She's held a global post. She's worked for a Fortune 500 company, Deloitte in Corky, and she's currently head of advisory services at BDO. In 2016, she won the Young Accountant of the Year. She's actively contributed to integrated reporting, and now she's giving back, very passionate about uplifting South Africa's young people. Thuto joining us now. Thank you so much for being with us in studio. Let's start. I mean, you grew up in a rural area. Were there inspirational women that you could look up to? Did you ever think you would be here?
Absolutely not, Francis. Growing up in a village, all you have is actually the shape of your parents. So really the inspirational person was my own mother. Also grew up in a village, and she got an opportunity to then be a nurse. But while she was there, got a scholarship to then go to Kenya to do physiotherapy, undergraduate degree. And thereafter, she's never stopped studying. So I guess that has been my inspiration growing up to really do a lot more better and really to make sure that I chart, my own path.
So she fostered a love for education, basically?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I actually could say probably that's her biggest investment.
Yeah. Women, it's often said, women face many barriers. In South Africa, young black women in financial fields face specific challenges. How difficult, how easy was it for you to get started?
Sure. There was a stroke of luck as well into it, running into accounting for myself. All I knew, what I needed to do was to get the right grades. But I actually really didn't know where that would take me. Got into university. Getting into university, I did a general BCom. In doing general BCom, I did get very, very good grades in accounting. And my professor just said, look, there's an accounting stream. Why don't you just go into that stream? Not everybody gets the grades that like these.
Yeah.
And really, that's how the path started. I guess I've never stopped. But then along the way, yes, there are many barriers, I think, for women, and in particular when you are black, because firstly, you don't see role models like you pretty much at the top. And sometimes it's really hard to picture what success looks like for you if you can't see people that look like you at the top. So it often just really feels a little bit harder. Yeah.
Did anyone ever underestimate you? You're clearly dynamic, intelligent, and did anyone not see that in the beginning?
Most times, I wouldn't even say at the beginning, a lot of times you do face that. You get mistaken sometimes being a tea lady in other areas.
Did that really happen?
Honestly, it did happen in a boardroom in my younger days, walking in with my senior partner. And somebody did mistake me for a tea person.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. And then were there female role models along the way, or did you feel like, okay, I'm charting my course now?
No, certainly there were some, be it few. There were some
and men can help as well. We have to recognize that.
Absolutely, Francis. There were some, and to your point, I did get some of the mentors being males as well.
Yeah.
In particular, one of the maybe critical males that did help me chart a way, Roger Rees, who was a CFO at the time, and kind of really just found it in him to kind of then shape the future. But there were also females along my way, and many of them sitting in non-executive positions today that really saw me through. Yeah.
Is it hard to mentor young people? You are trying to give back. You've been involved in some projects. Do you feel like you can really give them hope because there's such a dearth of jobs? Or can you honestly say to another young black woman, if you work hard, you can achieve what I've achieved?
I certainly think Look, it's harder today, but whilst it's harder, there are opportunities. There are many opportunities. So I think really my take on it would be look for those opportunities, say yes to anything, because anything can lead you to a job. So if somebody asks you today to come and clean a toilet, please don't look down on that, because you really don't know what that could turn out to be. If somebody asks you to do photocopying, it's not a menial job. There could be really important documents that kind of lead you to, something else. So opportunities are there and they continue to be there. But I really would like to encourage young women to be resilient and be on the lookout for opportunities.
Any more advice?
In particular, I would really just say when I look at the digital, where the digital economy is going, I think there lies again another potential opportunity for young women in particular, to find opportunities in that particular economy. It is wide. There are many, many requirements of skills world over, not only in South Africa. We talk about shortages in the dev teams. We talk about shortages in data analysts, data scientists. So kind of then look at your career now or what you've studied and then ask yourself, how can I pivot? There are short courses that you can do.
And take opportunities, presumably, when you're young to learn anything involved with technology, anything that can grow you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there are many free courses as well.
Yeah.
Ask and be keen.
So you are involved, obviously you're working hard at BDO, and people often ask, what role can the corporate sector play? So there are tax breaks if you employ young people. Is your company harnessing those? What more can corporate South Africa do?
Sure. If anything, I always say opportunity, really, that's all young people need. Give them an opportunity to get into a corporate or to get an access card, simply put. Once somebody has an access card, it is then up to them to really make it from there. So the corporates really need to open their doors, particularly for learnerships, for internships. It really just teaches somebody, I need to wake up and I need to be at work at 7:30 or 8. And this is the stature, this is the way that things are done within an organization. And therefore, I think without a doubt, they can take it from there. But we've given them at least a start.
And BDO is trying to do that.
We certainly do that. One, we are a learning organization, and being a learning organization, we don't only do it for accountants, but we do it across the business, be it forensics, sustainability, talk about management advisory. So we really do take learning very seriously. And BDO's purpose, it is people helping people achieve their dreams. So we truly, really live up to that.
Finally, I mean, if you look at the really big picture here, we're not only talking about young women entering the accounting or financial fields, but there's a dearth of financial literacy. People don't even have that skill to check what's going on in their bank accounts. Is that something that bothers you?
Bothers me greatly, but I also look at it and I say there are opportunities. There's been many, opportunities that have been created for women. If I look at the likes of your M-Pesa that has come into the market, allowing women to have access to transact and things like those. So whilst there could be more that is done, particularly on the savings side and particularly looking into the future, but again, I'll go back to digital. There is hope in that there will be different ways to include women into more literate and more being financially literate and savings.
And there's not enough, but you can always find that financial education. If you look online, you can always go and educate yourself. Like you were saying, take those opportunities along the way.
Absolutely.
All right, well, it's been wonderful to have you with us in studio. Thank you so much. Head of Advisory Services at BDO, Thuto Masasa. Great to have you with us.
Thank you.